Hey guys, this is Salam from Wifit Consultancy, and in this video I'm going to review this foldable wireless keyboard I bought from Amazon. And in a nutshell, don't buy this keyboard, please. I bought this keyboard, I regret my actions, don't do the same mistake I did. The idea behind this keyboard is to allow you to place the monitor on a monitor riser or laptop incliner while continuing to type comfortably. Because typing for prolonged times with your keyboard extremely inclined on a laptop incliner can be uncomfortable and unideal for your wrists. Creating this arrangement will make the top of the screen meet your eye level, which stops you from bending your neck while staring at it. Now, before we move on, I need to mention that bending your neck as a standalone concept is not dangerous. Humans have been bending their necks to look at things way before the Industrial Revolution and the computer era. Our parents and grandparents used to bend their necks too for prolonged times just to read newspapers and books. So if you hear or read someone telling you that you shouldn't bend your neck or bending your neck is dangerous for you, rest assured this advice lacks context. That context being the time you spend bending your neck or literally in any one posture. I'm mentioning this here so that you don't get the wrong idea that you shouldn't bend your neck at all, as this would be an unrealistic and toxic advice that would only make you feel guilty that by bending your neck you're harming yourself, while that isn't true. What you need to know is that having an external keyboard, along with a monitor riser, does not fix the root issue of work-related neck and shoulder pain. They simply provide you a more comfortable work experience and more time before you start feeling the soreness and the tension and discomfort around your neck and shoulder when you're doing computer work. Keeping your neck position and posture around a neutral alignment with your spine is usually more comfortable than bending it for prolonged times. But the ultimate solution will always be to take movement breaks every 1 to 1.5 hours for 5 minutes and move your neck around and do some mobility exercises when you feel stiff. Now, with all that cleared up, let's directly dive into why buying this keyboard is a bad idea. This is what a proper external keyboard looks like. This is the Microsoft Sculpt ergonomic desktop keyboard and mouse. I bought all this setup for less than $100 and it has been working amazingly for almost a year now. The keyboard is an ergonomic keyboard that takes some training before you get used to it. It only took me a couple of days before I had my original typing speed, but that's just me. Scientifically, it can take up to 4 or sometimes 6 months before you restore your typing speed. You don't necessarily need an ergonomic keyboard, and we wrote an entire article about that with a link in the description below. But what makes this keyboard great is its sturdiness, stability, and for me the external number pad which serves great when I'm doing lots of calculations. The standard keyboard I have is the Microsoft Surface Signature keyboard. And I need to mention that this is not completely a standard keyboard, as it can be elevated to facilitate the typing experience, and the keys are just so satisfying to stroke. Now, let's get back to this and why this was a poor purchasing decision. This is what you get when you purchase the keyboard, charging cable, the keyboard itself, and a user manual. The main reason why I bought this keyboard is this. It's even smaller in size than my smartphone. And to have this in my laptop bag and being able to carry it around freely was something appealing to me, and that's why I wanted to buy it, especially with the theory of being able to lift my monitor up and type on a separate keyboard. However, I didn't expect that its height was going to be that small. This is 8.5 centimeters in height. And this explains why some of the letters are excessively small. Its length is around 31.5 centimeters, which is comparable to my Microsoft Surface keyboard, definitely smaller than my Microsoft Sculpt ergonomic keyboard, but the height was the issue. It's small in an inconvenient way, rather than being small in a functional and sort of cute way. The second most annoying aspect about this keyboard, and technically this is enough for you to refrain from ever buying it, is how slippery it was. See, any decent keyboard is going to have a stable surface that's going to stick on especially wooden surfaces and prevent sliding and gliding of the keyboard. This doesn't have this function. Instead, it has these knots that they literally don't serve any purpose. And when I first bought it, the first thing I did was try to type some frequently used words and sentences. The first thing that happened was it was slipping away from me. It was gliding on the desk, and the last thing you'd want to do with your keyboard is to play hide and seek with it. Again, this is more than enough for you to refrain from purchasing this keyboard. However, I'll still go on. The third annoying aspect about it is the typing and the printing of the letters on the keys. Decent keyboards have their letters printed through laser. The laser imprints the letter on the keyboard. This would prevent the rubbing off the letter after weeks and months of use. Whereas in this wireless foldable keyboard, the letters appear to be glued on it. And given how cheap this was and how unreliable it is, I don't expect them lasting more than a few weeks or months and then slipping away. The fourth annoying aspect of it is the size of the function keys and the size of the keys overall, especially the caps lock, the tab, and other keys that you're going to use more frequently. Now, regarding the space buttons, that's totally on me. I accept my liability in this case because I should have seen this coming when I first saw this keyboard on Amazon. This space between the space bar is not very convenient, but that was something I was willing to sacrifice for this. However, other function keys being this small was something really inconvenient, which brings me to point number 5 on why this is a poor purchasing decision, is the time of practice you're going to need to get used to this keyboard, which is dysfunctional and does not resemble any other keyboard that you're going to work on. Again, as I said, any ergonomic keyboard can take you weeks, months, maybe 4 up to 6 months of practice to regain your typing speed. Now, within the first few days, you're going to pick up your previous typing speed, but it probably won't be the same. This keyboard is definitely going to take you weeks and months to get used to it, and it's not going to be getting used to a comfortable experience. It's going to be getting used to something subpar, suboptimal, and inconvenient. Your overall posture is going to be weird while typing on such a small keyboard compared to being comfortable with a bigger interface. And overall, almost every aspect of this keyboard was poor. It's poorly manufactured. The idea behind it is great. I would look forward to seeing better replicas and design of this concept, but I wouldn't bet so hard on it. Apparently, the whole idea behind having a foldable keyboard isn't to have something to type on a regular basis. I think this is more convenient for something you'd want to have on the shelf or maybe in the drawer. If you want to access YouTube or Netflix on the TV, you can just open it and just type few words on it. But to take it to work and to rely on this as your primary keyboard, I would never suggest that. Actually, I would advise you as a wellness ergonomic consultant, previous physical therapist, fitness coach, researcher, author and co-author of 4 scientific textbooks, to please don't make the poor purchasing decision that I did. Thank you for watching this video. I would look forward to your opinions in the comment section. And do let me know if there is any other foldable keyboard that you've purchased and that's much better than this, so I could make this buy, do another review, and update you on what I find. Make sure to check our other videos, our articles on our website, and you can also book a free consultation session where we can help you even further assess your current needs, your current workstation experience, and your work environment, and provide guidelines on tips on how to make your work experience more ergonomic so that you can work well and prosper and take control over your health at work. See you.